I'm red. I'm like a tomato. I'm huffing and puffing so hard. I really don't need
what sex appeal she uses.
Oh.
It's the Scott and Alley Not For Air podcast. The rules are gone. The shirt is untucked. Here's Scott and Alley.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the Scott and Alley Not For Air podcast. Thank God you came with 2 stories today. I don't really... I had stuff last podcast. I didn't really come locked and loaded this podcast.
Oh, you know what? We got each other. Sometimes life is happening for one and not the other.
I'm screaming I'm unprepared to the world.
Yeah, right. Well, they're wilding at Wegmans. So you know how you can go to Wegmans and you get a sub?
Yes, there are always good subs.
And you usually will go and we'll go get a sub, we'll get some chips, and then you either eat in the cafe or you take it home with you and you eat it at your office or you eat it at home.
Yeah.
Or you eat it after a concert or whatever. So I see this person shopping at Wegmans and they open up their sub mid-shopping.
Oh, that's a bold move.
It's great. No, I've ate a grape while I've been shopping.
Sure.
Because, you know, the bag's open. It's like, eat me, eat me.
The grape is the most sampleable food.
Yes.
I have a hard time because they offer free bananas for the kids at Wegmans.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
You can take one and...
What if I'm a kid at heart?
I still feel shame. Yeah, I still feel shame of doing it. And then recently, 6059, my significant other, for whatever reason, I must have been working or something, took the kids to Wegmans. Again, and by the way, we should say, if you're listening from out of the area, Wegmans is the premier grocery store around here, from Buffalo to Rochester and all that. It's world known as being one of those really good ones. So if you don't have one, if you're like at a Publix, I'm sorry for you, or a Piggly Wiggly or whatever.
Don't shame the Piggly Wiggly.
All right, Food Lion, sorry. But all this being said, she had the kids up there and apparently let them have something like a cookie or something like that. And they're like, Dad never lets us have anything at the store before it's paid for. And I'm like, yeah, because I was raised that way. And what happens if all of a sudden I get to the checkout and for whatever reason my card doesn't work? We're going to jail. All of us, the 10-year-old, the 5-year-old me, because Dad had something happen to his bank card, probably broke, and we're going to jail because you ate 3 cookies.
Grocery jail. My grandmother did not raise me the same. She always was snacking while we were shopping. I was always so embarrassed, but now I've turned into her too. I have another reason of how I turned into her. I'll get to that in a second. But so with
I mean,
grapes,
simply wearing the leopard jacket you're wearing is a good sign that you may have. But.
Oh yeah, Carmia loved the leopard. No, but with grapes, it's easy access.
Yes, it is.
I also think I feel like kids say that whenever they're with a babysitter. It's like they really, not that your kids hate on you, but if something great happens when you're under someone else's care, it's like kids really know how to be the hype man. Oh, Mom and Dad never let us do this. Like, you're so cool.
Yeah.
You're so awesome. Thanks for letting us eat a cookie while we're grocery shopping. So sometimes kids are the greatest little hype people that you could ever meet. Now back to the sub.
Yes.
The sub is in this white paper, like the butcher paper. And that is exactly why it's just the most wild thing, because the person had to unwrap it.
It's a process.
Right. And almost kind of like rewrap to get a little bit, because I can see it sticking out of the wrapping.
Yeah.
So they have to get it rewrapped, making lots of noise.
Yes.
And then
the butcher paper.
Yeah. And then rewrap it to get to where it's an easily accessible bite while they're shopping. I'm always way too distracted while I'm shopping as well. So I personally could not do this.
Oh, I was thinking even one step further. If you're doing a sub the right way, it's about 4 or 5 inches thick because it's got a lot on it.
Yes.
And then you got mayo, potentially oil, and
oil.
that
hot pepper relish.
Oh, yeah. It is a sloppy meal. You need to eat a sub, well, specifically from this place.
In the privacy of your own home?
Yes, you do, because things are going to fly everywhere, you know? Or drip down your arm.
It's going to fly everywhere, but also eating a sub in Wegmans while you're shopping is the equivalent to why I will not eat a banana in public. It is not that I never eat a sub in public, but I
don't want to show off the gape of that mouth, do you?
That's right. That's exactly what it is. And I feel so awkward eating a banana in public. I don't like to. I will not. I absolutely will not.
Are you sure? Because I came loaded today.
I'm positive, but it's fun. I have a banana thing too for in a second.
Oh my God. Thank God you've got everything today.
I've got so much. But I don't want someone to see me literally put a submarine in my mouth, and I don't want them to like see me wrangle the meat sub.
It can be. Can we use that as a new euphemism for going after the wiener? I'm going to wrangle the meat sub.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm just not.
It's a sloppy meal.
Right.
It really is. It's like eating wings as you're shopping. Come on.
I know. They were so hungry, I guess. And you're trying to like eat it on the side. Again, this is why I just can't do this in public. No, thank you. The banana thing.
Yeah.
I don't like bananas, but I will put bananas in some things once in a blue. Like I love banana flavored things. Well, one thing that I make is I'll make pancakes with bananas. I make like a 3-ingredient pancake. And basically what it is, it's a mushy banana.
Yeah.
Like the bananas you make when you're doing banana bread.
Yeah.
And then eggs and vanilla extract. And it's and a little bit of protein powder. It's super simple.
Oh, that's like your flour.
Yeah, it's super simple. It's something that
you just described a way to make a pancake suck. Congratulations with the protein powder.
It's not necessarily the greatest, fluffiest pancake.
Yeah, this is like, well, I have to eat this way because I'm really on this workout plan.
Yes, exactly. So recently I was on a kick of making these pancakes. If you remember a few weeks ago, Scott, I was like eating pancakes every single day. I was eating those protein pancakes is what I was doing.
Yeah.
Zach comes home the other day and he was like, "Oh, I got you bananas because I know that you love them." We're 6 in. I was like, "I just want you to know," and I didn't want to correct him, but I said, "I just want you to know something. I actually don't like bananas. And I want you to know that because we are 6 years in."
Did you?
And
well,
I don't want
that wasn't passive aggressive.
Well, no, but I just don't want you to get it twisted, and I want you to know things about me and don't know things about me. He goes, "Well, you always put the bananas in your pancakes." I'm like, "I know that sounds weird, but that's like the only time. So I just want you to know I don't like bananas."
Your eyes a second ago said it all.
I wasn't mad. I wasn't trying to be degrading.
There's a weird letdown, but it's not like you need to hurt his feelings to the point of being like, "You don't know me at all."
No, but I do this all the time because there are things about him that I kind of forget along the way.
No, that's different.
One of them was really stupid, small, and pretty recent. So he will ask me to go pick up his drugs at the pharmacy. And the lady was, it's okay, what's his last name? And so I say, and then I say his first name. And she says, "What's his birthday?" And I said like 12, I think I said like 12/12/82. She was like, "Okay, try again."
Let me tell you, it is the most intimidating time picking up prescriptions. Like, so I have to remember my significant others, both my kids. Thankfully, I do remember my 23, almost 24-year-old's birthday, but I never have to pick up a script for her. But it's like I become, okay, remember how we all used to remember phone numbers?
Yes.
But now none. I remember one phone number. Oddly, my brother Gary's phone number is the only phone number I remember besides my own and, well, the radio stations.
Phone numbers and everybody's birthdays.
Yes.
Now, I don't know when anyone's birthday is. The other day, luckily, somebody posted about my friend Amanda's birthday, and I'm like, thank God, because I totally forgot her birthday. If I didn't have social media, I wouldn't know your birthday.
Right.
Yeah, I get butthurt when people don't remember mine. It's really rude of me.
Well, I think it's society today. It really is. By the way, before we go any further, we have to go back to the banana thing for a minute.
Yeah, what?
Something to learn, because we always like to have you be able to learn something on this podcast as opposed to what we really think you're listening for. Silliness. There's a reason Allie doesn't like bananas today, and it really was something I never knew until you told me this. Oh God, it's years ago now, about the blight.
Yeah, the banana taste that you get from like banana runts or banana popsicles is how bananas used to taste, and then there was a huge blight that took out bananas, and so the
And we're talking like turn of the last century, when it was like 1900.
Right. And then when bananas, when it resurfaced, or when they like, I don't know how they came about again. However it evolved.
Different strain.
I guess. And then so now that's what bananas taste like today. Something I don't tend to care for.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Right. And by the way,
not that you were around in 1901 to be able to eat one of those old original bananas, but you prefer the taste of what we think is fake, but actually was what it used to taste like.
But also back to the banana thing, when I said to Zach, I just want to let you know that I don't like bananas, he gets very offended when I don't know or remember something that has come along. Actually, it's more that I don't remember things that have come along the way. Like, we've been dating 6 years. How do you not remember this about me? And I'm like,
unless it's an everyday thing. I mean, I think what happens, I got this one. I really do have this one.
Okay, because I have my own theory too.
So I think that we get into, the longer we're in relationships, we get into normal everyday practices and routines and just life. And a story or something you told me, and don't refresh because it's not part of the normal routine and process unless it's really big. Like if it's really big where he's like, yeah, I had testicular cancer.
Right.
That's big. He didn't, but I'm just saying that's big where you will remember that forever. If it's a story about a cousin, and even if it's a very funny story and something that was horribly memorable for him in any way, shape, or form, funny, silly, crazy, whatever, that's his story. He told you, you enjoyed it. Unless it's reinforced, I'm sorry, life moves on every single day. I got stuff I got to do. I'm not sitting here trying to be mean, but I can't remember every aspect. Now, here's the kicker, and this will happen to me sometimes too. Sometimes it'll trigger, something will get said and I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, I do remember that. But not always.
Right. And this happens very frequently with us, even if it's something small. And then I'll tell you what my theory is. It will be something so small that I just don't remember anymore, or I won't keep it. As stupid as, and this is the most recent one I could think of. We've been watching this show, and I had said, and we actually talked about this on the last podcast. I said, this character looks really familiar. So this is what I said the first time. And he said, oh, that's the CO or the head CO from Orange is the New Black. So then I asked him again, and he was like, okay, that's the head CO from Orange is the New Black. So then I asked him again. He goes, Allie, we have been over this 3 times now. Now it's really embedded in my brain. But
I mean, this could be early onset of something the third time. I mean, the first time to the second time, we had a lot going on. I could see that. I mean, unless it was day-to-day watching.
Well, like we do watch it. It's a very long show. So this character doesn't appear all that often, but you would think within the past 3 weeks, I would have remembered it. But I didn't. But here's my other theory on why I don't remember everything. And this sounds so terrible, is because I've dated some guys. Okay. I have now used up all of my brain capacity for their stories. I know this is really unfortunate.
As long as you don't intermix them. Like when you were with one person and then you apply it to Zach or somebody, as long as that's not happening, I kind of understand.
No, but I in my early 20s, I dated this guy named Dale, and Dale's stories are kind of burned in my memory. Yeah. It's not that his stories are better but
he is a storyteller. He's a good one.
He's a great storyteller.
Yes.
And also because I think it was in my 20s when maybe my brain was a little bit more fresh, but also that's when it was it's kind of like a glass. Okay, so here's the glass, and then these are the Dale stories, right?
Yeah.
And then the next person came along, and these were his stories, and then the next person. So then, by the time I got to Zach, we're at the top of the glass, and it's just spilled over, and that's when I'm like, I just don't have the capacity for these stories anymore.
I'm not even going to hurt your feelings with a response to that. You just stick with that. Go with it.
Speaking of exes, so here's my other thing that I've been dying to tell you.
God, thank God you came with all this today.
I know, locked and loaded. Mm-hmm. So my other thing that I've been dying to tell you, and I might have told you, Scott, just you. I definitely have not mentioned this on the show, but I'm going to mention it now. One of Zach's exes works out at my gym. Do you know how much I hate being at the gym at the same time as her? We're in no competition. We're actually friends on social media.
Based on the line of work we're in, that doesn't surprise me.
Right, exactly. And it's not like she bothers me. She is very good looking, and she also is very svelte. And I look like a homeless person.
Oh, my God.
Who got tumbled in a dryer for 3 hours.
And spit out at the gym.
Who also probably fell in a tornado.
Oh, gosh.
And then got spit out. Because, I'm red. I'm like a tomato. I'm huffing and puffing so hard. I really don't need
what sex appeal she uses.
Oh, tell me about it. I don't like his ex-girlfriend to see me in the worst state. Now, I've had one of the instructors there tell me, wow, you work out so hard. Like, we see your efforts. Like, one of the instructors.
And that bitch barely lifts a weight and still weighs 105 pounds.
Seriously. One of the instructors, her son was at the gym one day, and I've known this instructor a long time. I've known her kid since he was like almost born. And so I was like, oh, Gabe, you should come work out with me. And his mom was like, Allie works out hard. She does. And so I look at that as a compliment, right?
Sure.
Now, when I'm standing next to Zach's ex, sounding like I'm a pig that just got slaughtered and dying.
Jeez. Oh, my God.
This is the last thing. This is the last person I want to be next to. I don't want to be running a marathon. Well, it looks like I need CPR.
So here's the thing. I know what I'm about to tell you is not going to make a difference. It's the truth, but it's not going to make a difference. Your mindset should be, you got him. She didn't.
Oh, I know.
But I also understand the other side of it. Like, you kind of, I can imagine. Okay, so it's different also from seeing an ex with someone new on social media. That's different almost. It's when you're in close proximity and can watch them
die.
Okay, well, that was a little extreme, but you can watch them. You can watch them move about in real time and in real place in front of you, like you can with her. Now, sure, you might get pissed and be like, "I am killing myself over here to try to get 10 pounds off. She's walking around the gym for 2 hours, lifting 3 dumbbells the entire time and showing her ass off, and she still looks great." I can see that's human nature to be like, why am I the one pouring this out? And then you look over, you're like, that bitch. You know what I mean?
And there's no jealousy.
No, it's not jealousy. It's almost
I just don't want, there's certain people that I don't want to see me in that state.
Yeah.
I actually don't even want my significant other to necessarily always see me in that state. He has seen me work out before because I've done the Peloton or I've bebopped in the living room on certain days. I don't do it all that often, but my significant other has never seen me do like a HIIT workout. He's never seen me about die in the gym.
Okay. Well,
and that's fine too. I also, Scott, I don't think I'd want you to see me in this light, to be honest.
You and I, when I lived on the side of the town where we both went to the same gym, which ironically, I have no excuse now because I live on the side of the town where you go to a gym and that's now my side of the town after I moved. What's my excuse? Well, we'll get there some other time. But you and I have run into each other at the gym. We've never worked out together. But like I've seen you on the treadmill or the elliptical or whatever, and I may have been on one a little further down, but you and I have never done let's go through a routine together.
No, and I want everyone to be strangers to me at the gym. Like, let's pretend like we don't really know each other, except for like we'll say hi here and there. Most people that I work out at the gym at the same time with, never met them before.
Yeah.
They don't know me. I don't know them. Let's keep it that way, okay?
What would you call it? Because you're right. It's not a jealousy thing. Because I know there's a piece of you, and this is just human nature. There's a piece of you, no matter how good they look, physically, whatever. Whether you think they're very attractive in the face and extremely fit and all that, and you're like, oh my god, or nice by whatever. What is it? Because you're right. It's not jealousy. Because you have your significant other. They don't. For whatever the reasons are. I mean, but without it being jealousy, is it it's not shame either. It's more like just
it's a weird comfort level, but it's the same as like if she ended up working here, I don't really want that either. It's just kind of like keeping us separate.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, it's weird that our lives are overlapping. Probably,
it happens.
Probably because we saw the same person naked.
That could be.
Maybe that's what it comes down to. It psychologically and subconsciously, I'm like, okay, we've seen the same person naked.
I can see that.
Yes.
I can understand that being the case.
And maybe that's what it is. I really don't know what it is. I don't know the name for this. I just know
because it's not jealousy.
No,
it's
not even a little bit.
Yeah.
No, especially because when we see each other, we kind of give the smile like, hi,
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to like start a conversation, but I'm not starting a conversation with anyone either.
Right.
With that being said, I always try to make sure that I go at a certain time that we don't overlap. On the weekends, sometimes though, the time fluctuates.
Yeah.
And then we'll run into each other. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. There we are.
All right.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Okay.
We even have an old coworker that is at the gym sometimes when I'm there. And even sometimes that I don't love because, again, I just want to pretend everyone's strangers.
Well, and you're there for a reason. You're on a mission. You don't need to either if it's an old coworker, I can only imagine that conversation is one of a couple things. Hey, Allie, like we're still coworker friends.
It's a female though, so maybe not the Allie.
Well, she's at the gym, maybe. But I could see where you're kind of like, anything you're going to reference to me is going to be from the past era when you were there, and life has moved forward. So
has it really? I mean, we're still here. It's 19 years.
Yes,
not much has changed.
But it's for other people, it's not the same. They only have the memories they have from the time they were here, which is 90% of what they're going to bring up to you. Oh my God, remember that time so and so did so and so or whatever. Okay, we've been down there. Or they'll ask a question.
How's Scott?
How's Scott? Or is so and so still a bitch? Yep, she is, right down the hall. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's the extent of it. Or it's gonna be like, oh, hey, Allie, do you remember my brother Joe? And how? And you're like, in your brain, you're going, I didn't even know you had a brother. Yeah. I had no idea. And all of a sudden Joe got a DUI last week and you're like, Joe, it's the weirdest. What? You were real sympathetic. And I'm like, oh, Joe, what was that?
Because that's who I am. I'm just like,
sure.
Joe.
Okay. Oh, could have killed someone driving. Oh,
I know, but I still feel bad that he has to go to jail.
I don't. He had choices. But anywho, wow. We have emotions about someone that doesn't even exist, that didn't even get a DUI, that we're pretending in him. Okay.
And Bubba is now all of a sudden his cellmate.
Yeah, exactly. And, so.
But anyway, back to, it's just.
That's what you're going to get from the ex-employee. You're never going to get, unless you remain friends and that friendship continues on a strong level outside and years after they used to work here.
And then I'm like, let's pump some iron.
Yeah, like, let's work out.
Yeah.
But
the ex-girlfriend, though, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I would rather see one of my ex-boyfriends than see his ex-girlfriend at the gym.
Do you really want to see an ex-boyfriend at the gym?
Actually,
you said
I take
rather.
that back. It depends which one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of them, don't care.
I'm kind of with you in that. There is very few people from my past that. Also, actually, there's nobody in my past that I really, I don't care who you're dating. I mean, do what you want to do.
When going full circle back to the grocery store, when you're at the grocery store and you see somebody that you really don't want to see, even if you're just giving the smile, wave, or whatever, you're just passing. It's no big. But when you're at the gym, you're there for a long period of time.
It's a longer.
That's the difference. And you're in kind
a lot
of
grunting, which might bring back bad memory. Well, you know.
No. And you're in a confined space.
Yeah.
So there is no getting away. There's
Now,
no going
here's
down
the-
aisle 5, even though you need nothing down aisle 5.
Here's the real question.
What?
Not that you are trying to be a creeper in any way, shape, or form, but we all have our curiosities.
Yeah, what's that?
You made the comment about how it's uncomfortable because both you and her saw the same person naked.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever snuck into the ladies' room to just sneak a peek at what her body looks like when she's getting ready to leave the gym to be like, I'm curious because I know what he's getting now, but what did he get?
No, but also at the gym, we don't wear a lot of clothes. I have a pretty good idea of what she looks like naked. Like,
okay.
You know, because a lot of people wear like just like a little sports bra and some tight pants. So
Yes.
I don't.
That's exactly what I work out in.
And Scott's like, and now I have another membership. I'm back at the gym.
I need a gym membership.
I mean, honestly, I bet you going to the gym is a lot different than when you and I were going at the same time. People dress in a lot less clothes.
Oh, really? It's gotten even less?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. It's like just sports bra and shorts, sports bra and leggings, a lot of body confidence.
Good.
Something you are right. Something.
Then don't complain if somebody looks at you and takes a little too long of a look. I'm sorry. There is a side effect to that. You can't be like, he's looking at me too much.
No, I think, for me, whenever that happens, they're trying to figure out, is that Allie Payne? I can't quite tell because it looks like an ogre
Or
under
is that
a bridge.
a slaughtered pig
Yeah, or is that
waiting
a
to die?
Goodbye.
Well, that was fun. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. Do us a favor, will you? Subscribe. Share the Scott and Allie Not For Air podcast. Touch our buttons. We know you want to.